You open an app to buy one specific thing. 10 minutes later, you find yourself checking out, having spent triple the planned amount. That sudden surge of buyer's remorse usually feels like a personal failure, a simple lack of self-control. In reality, your self-discipline is competing with the combined expertise of data scientists and psychologists. They have spent years refining these platforms to find the exact triggers that bypass your normal decision-making process. The core strategy is to remove any opportunity for you to hesitate. By eliminating the seconds where you might reconsider, the path from seeing an item to owning it becomes a single, fluid motion. This environment is designed to strip away your ability to pause, ensuring the transaction happens before your logic has a chance to catch up. For most of history, shopping required physical effort. You had to travel to a location, navigate through aisles, and physically carry items to a counter. These logistics created a natural waiting period. Standing in line gave the brain time to evaluate the cost and necessity of the items. Digital design has replaced those hurdles with one-click checkouts and fingerprint scans, condensing the entire process into a fraction of a second. Behavioral economists point to the pain of paying, the psychological feeling of loss that occurs when we hand over physical cash. One-click digital checkouts act as a psychological anesthetic. By removing the visible act of parting with money, the platform hides the reality of loss. When spending feels painless, the brain's primary defense against overspending disappears. You lose the ability to track how much wealth you are actually surrendering. This environment relies on a specific biological quirk. Dopamine is released by the anticipation of a reward, not the arrival of the reward itself. Simply adding an item to a digital cart triggers this internal reward loop, making the act of browsing feel like a form of addictive entertainment. Apps reinforce this state by engineering constant cycles of excitement. They use limited-time offers and ticking countdown timers to keep the brain in a state of high expectation. Constant push notifications about low stock manufacture an artificial crisis. They activate the fear of missing out, forcing you to prioritize speed over value. This manufactured urgency suppresses rational thinking. It forces the brain to operate in a reactive state, where logic is secondary to immediate action. By flooding the system with dopamine while simultaneously creating panic, the system ensures that financial decisions are made before you have the chance to think clearly. Even when a user's bank account is empty, the digital spending architecture has a final tool to ensure the transaction occurs. Our brains are hardwired for present bias, valuing immediate rewards over future costs. Buy now, pay later exploits this, severing the pleasure of purchase from the pain of payment. It splits the price into smaller chunks, hiding the total cost. This separation creates a powerful illusion of affordability. It allows expensive purchases to feel harmless because the real financial impact is delayed. This transformation of a single moment of impulse into a long-term financial commitment is the final trap in the system. The modern digital economy is built around the conversion of human attention into sales. Every feature you encounter is a calculated attempt to secure that transaction. Every reward badge, every push notification, and checkout shortcut serves the same goal: increasing the probability that you'll spend. The most significant financial damage doesn't come from a single large purchase. It comes from these tiny, nudged decisions, repeated hundreds of times. To defend against this, you have to reintroduce the friction apps worked so hard to remove. Before clicking buy, ask yourself, did I decide to buy this, or was I nudged? Reclaiming your agency turns these transactions back into conscious choices. It ensures that every dollar spent is a human decision rather than an algorithmic result.